Happy the man who has while he lives wisdom and praise as well. For evil counsel a man full oft has from another's heart.
Hey everybody, it is Jeremy, and welcome back to Attica's game Aries. We are on turn 9, where we're playing the Well of Urd, God of Utgard. And we have a bunch of stuff happening this turn. So, I do want to, one, apologize for the clusterfuck that was last turn. I did a billion messages, I had to do a bunch of editing on that video. Back and forth all over, made a bunch of changes here or there. I'm not sure that everything that actually ended up in the video was what was correct, because I went back and made a bunch of changes afterwards. That being said, though, hopefully everything will be fixed going forward. I've taken the time, again, to start writing things out ahead of time, and hopefully have all of that stuff resolved. So, let's go through our messages. We have a first messenger from Ulm. Greetings, Utgard, or Utgrad? Utgrad. We hope to have peace between our lands and potentially create an app from the Council of Ulm. Great. Okay, we have our message. We have 3 messages from Gath, so let's go ahead and check them. Our conquests have gone fairly well. As you surely know, we've pushed north to meet Atlantis and seem to have settled on a favorable border with them. In the south, on the eastern shore of the larger lake, we have found Erythia, which seems not to have expanded far north or east. Perhaps they've claimed part of the water. It seems likely that they border Lemuria, since their first question to us was whether we were interested in helping them against the ghosts. On the western shore of the larger lake, we've seen Lemuria. It's not entirely clear where their capital is, since Midgard is pushed quite far north as well. They may already be quite large. We've had no communication with the ghosts. Our scouts have spied Midgard northwest of you, although you must have already learned of their presence there. Their empire seems quite expansive, and with their fierce holy warriors, they may claim the greatest share of this world before pretenders come to blows. I believe that may be true now. Another message from Gath. To clarify, Erythia's capital is in Province 110. Midgard's Bless is Attack +1, Defense +2, Strength +2, Shock Res 15, Poison Res 15, Cold Res 5, Blood Surge, Dark Vision 50, Magic Weapons. They look like they're expanding with their sacreds. Oh, goody. We have a third message from Gath. How goes your expansion? Our people desire news of their fellow giants. What neighbors have you met? Are any threats starting to emerge? Midgard seems likely to be particularly large, but our scouting isn't complete. Right. Then we have a messenger from Atlantis. Hey, looks like we are close, so what do you think of Midgard? And so I've already sent a message back to Atlantis from the previous turn, kind of identifying Midgard as the dance party target, so we're going to hopefully confirm that. Okay, so what do we got? We got Enchantment 3 research. We're on our way to Enchantment 4. We did a couple of casts of reanimation, which I like doing on Utgard, right? We searched for magic sites twice, but found nothing. That's pretty unfortunate. We had a battle in Mooforth against the Elfmen. We have our forces arrayed. Uh-oh. So we knew this was a possibility going in, right? Elfmen, glamour, that whole shebang. Hard to determine whether or not there are enemies in a province when you move into it. I do not know if he's had something sitting here in anticipation, or if he just moved something here in response to seeing me on his borders. Either is possible. But what is very likely is that this group of Cav is going to chew the crap out of me. So let's go ahead and watch this. This PD is nothing. Like, we have zero issues with this. What is this? A vulva. So we have some astral magery going on. And we can confirm their blessing. Attack 2, magic weapon, shock resist, poison resist, cold resist. That's unfortunate. Defense, strength, blood surge. Alright, so kind of a little bit of a definitely a little rainbow bless, 100%. Which is cool, kind of to be expected with elf warriors. And our Garm herdings, right, would normally, with a good bless, would be a match against the elves. They have decent attack skill, and you'll notice, right, some of the glamours have already been popped. And it looks like the Garmherdings did actually take down one of the elves before they got chewed up. But there were just more. They have a bless, we don't, or not really, right? So, might have taken down one or two of them. I've seen the turn because I'm doing things ahead of time, but I'm trying not to like watch battles crazily. So I know that we lost. I just don't know how bad we lost. Okay, so we killed one. That's a pretty rough defeat. But again, right, we're not relying on... This expansion party isn't like a vast majority of our military or anything like that. It's fine. Like, not a big deal. What is more concerning, right, is whether or not Midgard is going to take this hostile act, right? Be honest. Like, I tried to take land from him. I did it with the caveat of, hey, just trying to expand a little, need this, blah, 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 I'll, provide recompense. But let's be honest, it was a land grab, right? So if he takes this as a, declaration of war and he comes charging at me with everything he has, that's going to be a little bit hard to deal with. Part of the reason why I'm casting things like reanimation, though this will be useful, period, going forward. Then we have another battle in the Promised Land, so let's go ahead and check that. This is our other expansion force. A couple of Garmherdings and our Godihuskars. I love these guys. I love the javelin throw on these guys. It hits like a truck. It's so good. So let's watch this. Very simple. I would assume that we will take no losses from this, though it is possible. Ugh, the precision. Come on, guys. Hit something. This is the only problem. You gotta hit, like, critical mass. Ah, there we go. We popped somebody. It's better if you have, like, right, I only have, like, 10, 15 in these little expansion parties. If you have, like, 40 or 50 giants throwing javelins and you're up against a sizable army, then your chances of your javelins connecting is significantly higher, right? There's more targets, there's more javelins. So, still easy peasy, right? Have a couple of unexpected events. Let's cross our fingers for some good luck, right? Fuck me. I haven't looked at the event, so I don't actually know what's going on, right? Bad tax event. Unfortunate. Heavy autumn rains cause a landslide, revealing a buried cache of magic gems underneath the soil. Got some fire gems, air gems, water gems, astral gems, death gems, nice. Nature gems. Cool. Nice little bounty. Unexpected event in Yrik Balkor. Heavy autumn rains causes a landslide, revealing a buried cache of magic gems underneath the soil. Astral pearls and death gems. Cool. Worldwide event. Growth +1. Okay, cool. That will, that will actually kick off the growth scales in some of our locations, so that's pretty good. Now, I've already gone through and I've already done my renaming for the turn, right? I've already gone through and I've already created the messages that I think I'm going to be using for the turn. So what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to see the specific actions for the turn. So what are we going to do? Well, first off, we're going to pop a province defense here, right? There's the chance that he responds with great hostility and just charges my ass. We could do a bit of a PD dump here, right? Try to go up to like 20 or something like that, get a bunch of people, and leave my big stack here. I do not think that is a good idea. Right? We are not going to do that. We are going to move downwards. But before we do that, we're going to take these guys, right? We're going to take the Huskarls from Jarl 1, and we're going to send Jarl 1 back to Utgard. And the reason why we're taking the Huskarls is the Huskarls only have 12 movement. So, if they're with him, he can't make it, right? But this way, he can make it back to Utgard in one turn, okay? So we're going to have Big Goad 1 go ahead and attack down here in the Waywoods. We are going to put at least one province defense into our province, and that'll be fine. We will, if Midgard moves against us, we will try to probably make overtures of peace negotiations, right? To stave them off for a while we build ourselves up. They do have the advantage in the beginning because they have a Rainbow Bless, and we are a Scales build. right? But as soon as we get to enchantment 5 and get a mass of giants, we're in a much better state. Speaking of a mass of giants, right? As we spam reanimation, we are getting not only long deads, which are good for chaff, good for patrolling down blood hunting provinces. We're also getting long dead giants, which are good because they hit like freaking trucks. So, wonderful thing about Utgard. If anyone is watching, you're probably going to be aware of this already. If anyone is watching Lucid's, what is it? Notheim? Not Notheim. Is it Notheim? I don't remember what he named his nation, but his Game of Thrones, the zombie guy's nation, basically. It's based on Utgard, and that's part of what he uses is a bunch of long dead giants, right? So, what else are we gonna do? Because of that, we got a bunch of death gems, so we actually can cast reanimation again. We're going to keep doing that, basically, whenever we can. We're going to keep burning up enchantment. We will try to make our way up there as quickly as possible. Since we are sending Jarl 1 back, right, we do not need to recruit a new guy, so we're actually going to stick with the double Seathkona vibe. I do want to get, in anticipation of the whole Midgard dance party, I do want to get some more scouts out. Fortunately, very kind of like maybe cheating, but fortunately here in the Promised Lands, there I can make scouts. So I'm just gonna start making scouts and sending them up to Midgard for the dance party. This may or may not cause issues between us, but we'll see, right? But I want to get my research kick-started. Enchantment 5 is going to be massive for it, okay? So really going to focus on trying to get as many Seathkonas out as we can. We might mix in a Scrotty soon or a Norna soon, but for the most part, we want to focus on Seathkonas. Nornas are great, and eventually I will move over to only producing Scrotty or Nornas in the capital. But for now, having a number of Seaths is going to do better for me, I think, in the long run. We still want to get a bunch of Godihoskarls and Gamherdings, right? We drop one of these guys and get another 2 of these. I think we do. I think that's the better play. Oh, another big thing from last turn, right? We tried to get 2 mercenary groups. We lost both of them to Atlantis, actually, of all people. Right? Which sucks. But Ulm is moving out of this area, so maybe we have a little bit of time. What we're probably going to do is we're probably going to take Jarl 1 and head southward, right? I do not know that that is going to be enough, though. So we are again, we're going to try to get what we can. We're going to hire Madame Fortuna, right? Because I don't think we need a lot here. I just think we need some stuff, right? To the point to where I'm probably going to start recruiting a couple of heavy infantry. I could just get a cav. Is it worth? No. Better for the heavy infantry. So I'm probably going to start getting a couple heavy infantry here every turn until I can get a force going, right? In the meantime, Baldur will actually... Well, he can't really do anything this turn, so... he's probably just going to preach for now. We're moving down here. This guy is going to search for magic sites. We already searched for magic sites here. Seath 2 is searching for magic sites there. Seath 1 is going to come up this direction. We're moving eastward to try to find... It looks like Vadheim is up in this area, right? Which is cool for them. They got a nice big area to kind of expand into. I feel like we got kind of pinched, right? Compared to some of the other players, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, so they're probably here, right? But they've got very little to their west, right? Gath is way over here. I think Ulm is right here, right? Erythia is here in 110. I think that probably means that Lemuria is either over here, right-ish, or they're kind of like up here-ish. One or the other, not really sure. But someone, right, the weird shape of this landmass has basically made this big chunk a wide open playing field, right, for people like Midgard, whereas here, a little squished. But we're going to make do, and we're going to survive off of our scales, and that'll be fine. Do we have anything else? Actually, yes, we're going to start moving northwards. We're not going to use all our scouts for this stuff. Speaking of which, though, we are going to start pumping out more scouts. This isn't just for the dance party, by the way. This is because we need vision, right? One of the things that is going to do a good job for us. Man, we got a bunch of scout provinces. One of the things that's going to do a good job for us is making sure. I think we actually put a little bit more into Madame Fortuna. Go up to 100. We have the shipwreckers, Gath. No, probably not. We're going to spend the rest of our money going up to 6 in all of our locations. Easy peasy. And here as well. So I would love to put, I'd love to put a fortress right here, but I'm not gonna do that anytime soon. We're not gonna do that without pretty intense protection, right? I think that's about it. So if we actually do go down to the shipwreckers, 122 pounds for go to the highest bidder. Yeah, sure. We'll just put the money there just to see if we get them. If we do, we get them. Great. If not, whatever. If we can get a force going here sooner rather than later, then we might be able to take Kotakar. I think with Kotakar, with Waywoods, maybe with Wick Forest and Runia, right? If we can kind of like take this scenario, Ironwood Forest, Kotakar, Wayward Woods, Wick Forest, and Runia, I think that would be pretty awesome. Like, that'll leave us with a nice little scenario that I think we'll be able to do well with, right? Okay, so now comes the part of the show where I spend 50,000 hours throwing out messages. So I'm going to cut in between each one of these to kind of show you all what is going on, and go from there. So first, we are going to message Alright, so we're just going to respond, "Greetings, Iron Men. We hear whispers of your mountain homes. Peace be well. Our advisors are eager. Peace would be well. Our advisors are eager to hear your proposition." So we're putting the ball back in Ulm's court. And part of the reason why we're doing this is because I do not know how significantly Ulm has expanded, right? And I do have the intent of having a rather large force down here. I do want to expand down here. And I also don't necessarily know where Lemuria is, right? So I want to keep my options open. I'm willing to, establish a non-aggression pact, right? But I try not to just go willy-nilly on all my non-aggression pacts all over the place, because then you end up with non-aggression pacts with everyone and you have no real opportunities, and when you see opportunities, it's harder for you to take advantage of them. I try to not have 50,000 non-aggression pacts. I try to have like 1 or 2 semi-strong alliances that I try to rely on, and then other than that, I try to keep things open. But I'm more than willing to talk, and I'm absolutely willing to put the onus back on Ulm to let them come up with a plan and send it back to me, right? They're going to get this next turn, then they'll formulate an idea, they'll send something to me, I'll get it the turn afterwards, right? I might agree to it or not agree to it. This might take 4 or 5 turns of them thinking, hey, I'm going to get a non-aggression pact with the giants, but that gives me 4 or 5 turns to see how things shape out, right? Okay, so that's what we're going to send to them. Then we are going to send a message to our brothers, Gath, the last giants. Greeting, warm brothers. Our expansion has been reasonable, though we find ourselves somewhat sandwiched between many neighbors. This is information that we probably shouldn't be sharing with Gath, but I am trying to establish a good connection. We've already had favorable borders with them. We already have good speaking terms, right? Again, we aren't trying to establish a non-aggression pact necessarily, right? But I'm trying to ingratiate myself towards them, right? So, in doing that, right, or in attempting that, I'm going to provide information. I'm going to provide some information about myself, right? He knows I feel a bit sandwiched, right? And then I'm going to provide information about other people that I know. So, the fishermen lie on the southern tip of the ocean. I need to change that. Because I pulled this from the message that I sent last turn to Lemuria, right? So the fishmen lie on the southern tip of the Great Ocean. And then we have the Elfmen sit in the central plains north of the Great Forest at 59. The Ironmen sit on the northwest coast of the lake near the mountains at 131. We had a run-in with the Elfmen. Their bless is indeed formidable. For now, though, the well knows peace. Would our cousins enjoy treaties and talks of trade? So this is me opening that door for more, right? If Gath is interested in treaties, not necessarily non-aggression pacts, but non-aggression pacts if they're interested, or talks of trade, right? Early construction, anything like that, or just gem trade, right? That would be interesting, right? You're almost always going to have a better relationship with people that you're trading with or talking with, so that's what we're fostering. And again, we're offering information, right? We had a run-in with the Elfmen. The Elfmen might, it insinuates that their bless is formidable, so we probably took the unfavorable trade there. Again, maybe more information than we need to share, but trying to open that dialogue, showing a little bit of vulnerability, but we're not like, oh God, please help us, that type thing, right? So that's what we're going to send off to Gath. To Atlantis, we are sending off, hopefully you've seen my previous message and agree to those terms for the dance party. I hope to receive confirmation from you this turn. Also, I have no plans to continue further northeast, so I hope things go well for you. This is just, again, trying to confirm the dance party, which is a little outside of the game, right? He and I are just having a little fun on the side. I enjoy doing that type of thing in some games, so that's a nice thing. But also, again, right, establishing friendly relations, right? I have no further plans to continue northeast. I hope things go well for him, right? Letting him know he doesn't necessarily have to fear me, but at the same time, right, I'm not making any promises. I'm not making any treaties with him. So if I were to find out that Gath wanted to move on him, maybe I join in with Gath, or maybe Lemuria or Erythia is fighting him for the ocean, right? I still have this border, I still have this opportunity. That would make me a very long spaghetti noodle, so I don't know that I want to do that necessarily, but it's something to consider, right? All right. And then next up, we actually are going to send a message to Midgard, because I'm assuming he's probably going to be a little salty. Maybe a little confrontational. So we're going to try to assuage that scenario. Well then. We suppose our offer of recompense, need to edit that, is a moot point now. Very well, Elfmen. We shall see if we can't eke out further borders elsewhere. How has the spread of your people gone? Are the Great Plains covered in your riders yet? Have the Elfmen seen the dead men or the small ones? So what I'm doing here is I'm not apologizing necessarily, but I'm acknowledging, oh, okay, you kicked my ass there, right? And I'm basically saying, okay, well, I'm gonna go look elsewhere to see if I can't get some more land. All right, basically saying, look, that wasn't a full declaration of war or anything like that. And he might not interpret this the way I'm wanting it, right? But I'm basically saying this wasn't a full declaration of war. I get it, you're defending your lands. Okay, I'll go try to get some provinces elsewhere. And we'll move on. And then I'm opening that dialogue, right, to see if he's gonna be like, okay, sure, it happens, right? Or if he's gonna be, okay, screw you, I'm coming after you, right? So me talking about how are you doing? Have you seen the dead men or the small ones? Talking about Vadihheim, right? I'm opening that dialogue, trying to open that dialogue to see if he is going to respond, right? Or if it's just going to be like, all right, gear up, let's go to war, you know? So that is the scenario. And to top it off, we are going to finish with our message to everyone. And this one is, the waters of the well grow cloudy. So we are unsure of what's going to be happening in the near future, right? There is a little bit of concern, a little bit of confusion, right? We have options still to the south-southwest. We still have options to the west that we are moving to, but there is the potential that we get not dogpiled, but we get attacked quickly by Midgard. And if we are to get attacked quickly by Midgard, we might be able to push them off. We might not. That might show weakness. We might get attacked by other people. This could be a swift game. We could be the first target. We'll see. All right. Next time, I hope that we are going to have Waywoods as a province, still have Promised Lands as a province, and have the opportunity to take Kodakar and continue expanding. So, fingers crossed. I will see you all next time. Peace.